This is just a short video showing some of the features of my new project called Not Your Average Nixie Clock. Let's get started by resetting the clock by opening the serial monitor. There you go. The clock is reset and running. You can see some information, just the normal readout from resetting it there, but let's go into the features of the clock. So you get the time display, which is controlled by an RTC unit, and then a date, which follows this. Then we can also see temperature, pressure, and humidity all in a row. And you'll see those show up shortly. Here's the date, temperature, percent humidity, and pressure. And then it cycles back to the date. And because there's a capacitive touch sensor around the edge of the display, you can cycle through them manually as well. And if you want to put it into test mode, you just long press. The test mode lets each of the driver modules free run and cycle through all the elements of every tube. So it just shows you everything that can show up, and if there's a blank space, well, there isn't a pin, or the pin on the tube isn't connected there. There's also a section of the test mode that just writes one by one, just to make sure that the writing is working. And just like the normal mode, you can advance it individually using the capacitive touch sensor, and you can switch back using a long press. Then there's the serial control mode, and let's get some information from it from serial. So this full report gives you the uptime in milliseconds, the current system time, the sensors for all of the other things it displays, what it's currently displaying here, and then a readout of what every tube is, what mode it's in, and the character that it's currently displaying. We can also get information about these variables in the program, which are all configurable through these commands here. This is for setting those variables. This is other stuff, and this is writing to the EEPROM. But you can set them in the program and then write all of the current program data to the EEPROM, so that the next time you power up the machine, all your settings are still there. You can also switch to test mode or back to normal mode manually over the serial port, and you can enter control mode, which wipes the screen but lets you display whatever you want. Let's do something close to the sequential test that the test mode has. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A and B. And there you go. This mode will also detect any decimals that you want to put in, and the first 7 tubes, the IN12Bs, all can use decimals. So let's put in some of those and change some of the symbols in the symbol tubes. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. That one's Z for Hertz, U for mu, and not P, but percent. And there you go. They got everything that you entered here, all parsed out in the backplane, and then put off to each of the individual drivers. And it's smart enough in the parsing to be able to deal with spaces. So this is 2 digits worth. Space dot space. We'll put in, I guess, so 0.44 space point space. We'll put in 0.44 space point space. And then we're here, so we got 3 more digits. How about 998? Then let's go to F, and then I'll switch the other 2 around, so percent mu. Oh, and I didn't write DW before, so what? It doesn't show it. That's too bad. So 44 point space 0.578. That's 6 characters. 9. How about omega O? And then I went, so it's mu percent, so percent u. See if I did it right that time. There you go, I did it right that time, and you can even get the decimal to display on a space. So there's the complete control mode. And then you can just go back to normal mode and have your clock back. So this can be used if you're connected to a computer or other serial device as a display for whatever, as long as you have the right tubes in it. And I'll explain when I go over the parts later that you can actually socket whatever tube you want in the IN12 A or Bs or IN15 A or Bs, and then there's a switch to pick between 12 and 15, and the driver module will sense whether it's an A or B, and then the software is smart enough to be able to tell you, for example, if we go back into control mode, that if I want to write 1, 2, 3, A, B, 6, 7, for whatever reason, it doesn't put A and B in here because there is no A or B character, and then it says tube 3, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, can display an A, and tube 4 can't display a B, and then it just fills in the rest of the spaces. So there is some error checking available. I think that's all for the features because, well, even if it's not your average Nixie clock, it's still a clock. Thanks for watching.